Hello, hello. So I asked for Q&A questions, and that's Mathazor in the background, crinkling paper. Thanks, Mathazor. So I asked for your Q&A questions, and I am also going to use a few questions from a previous post that I asked for topics from. So I'm just going to delve into that. We have, what kind of music do you like? I like alternative music. I used to be very into country, new country, but lately, in the last, I don't know how many years, I've been mostly into alternative music. What do you do for fun? So I'm kind of a boring person. I chill, I lay around and literally lay around. And I like to, well, lately I've been playing Final Fantasy 15. I can't believe I actually got into that. I like to take care of my YouTube. I don't generally go out. I write in my journal. I write poetry. I write stories. I'm kind of a boring homebug. Do you have any hobbies? I like to, well, I think I just went into a few of those. I like to write. I like to draw. I haven't drawn in a while. I can poke in a few of my drawings in a clip here. What is your favorite movie? Oh my god, now I'm not even sure anymore. I used to think it was Serenity, but now I'm not sure. I think it might be Guardians of the Galaxy. It would be King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. There you go, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. that one wins. Okay, definitely, hands down. I think I watched it 3 times in the first 24 hours after I watched it. Yep, I like that movie a lot. Oh, and I loved your blue hair. Would you ever dye your hair another color? I doubt it. I did dye my hair auburn once. It's a lot of upkeep is the thing. So I think that I prefer to stick with the blonde, and but I like the blue hair a lot. But whenever I decide to go blonde again, it's quite the work to get it back blonde. I'm going to move on to someone else's question. We have Fabs. She's asking, how is the COVID-19 crisis affecting your mental well-being? Is it affecting it in a bad way? What are your strategies to cope with this? So I'm kind of easygoing in that respect, in that I'm not freaking out, really. I mean, I recognize that it's a serious thing, that we have to stay. I think that I'm in my in-between. I don't think that people should freak out completely, but I also don't think that we should be too, passive about it, by actually going out and going to the beach and stuff. I think that we need to, recognize there's an issue, but if we're stressing about it, it's not going to do anything better for the situation by stressing about it. So I'm kind of while I'm listening to the rules, I'm staying home. I was staying home anyways. I don't party. I don't go out and do things usually that would require outness. But I mean, it's not like I was as home as I am now, that's for sure. I think that I'm kind of okay. I'm not freaking. I'm not overly looking at the news by watching whatever things that are going down in terms of looking at the death rates or the infection rates and just freaking out. I think that I'm trying to stay in a neutral zone so that I don't get too impacted. I think that that's probably what's best for me. I don't know about you. Next question. Whatever makes you happy, and what would that be? So what would make me happy? What does make me happy? What makes me happy? I think a few things. I would say people, the people in my life make me happy, because my friends are my family and my family are my friends. I like meaningful things. I like meaning. I like things that have value in a non-monetary way. I like things that are like the youth hangout that I do with Canada. I have the kids that are from the ages of 12 to 18, and we hang out every Wednesday night. We get to hang out tonight, and I love that. It has a lot of meaning for me, seeing these kids grow up and grow in their self-esteem and their self-acceptance with Tourette syndrome. I like things with meaning. That makes me really, really happy. And I like when I get comments from you guys. Those are meaningful things to me. I like getting positive comments from you guys. I like the shows of support. I like seeing that you guys are well affected by what is going on in what I present, in what I offer. I appreciate you guys. So I appreciate meaning and people. Next question. How do you best utilize a therapy session? I should probably make a full video about that. I'm gonna make a full video about that because that's just gonna take up like the whole. I'm gonna make a whole video about that. Amber. So next question: what kind of therapy do you use? CBT, DBT, or EMDR? I have done EMDR. It sucks. It's really, really awful. At least for me, I didn't like it at all. Maybe some people it would help them. It's supposed to reorganize how trauma is arranged in the brain. But I hate it. Right now I'm in DBT. I'm doing dialectical behavioral therapy. And I'm in my second round, so I am pretty familiar with it. I've actually done DBT before. It was a 2-year program years ago. And I kind of hated it, but this time around it's not as bad. Doing it the first time around I did it in individual only, like individual therapy and individual where it would have been a group learning the skills. I was doing it individually because of my tics. They were worried. Well, now I'm not ticking a whole lot right now at all, but I was having more tics at the time, and they wanted me to be set up like alone with the therapist so that I wouldn't bother the group. But then my therapist kind of stood up for me and said, "Hey, if she tics, it's background noise, and we can deal with it." So this time around, in second round, I'm with the group. So it's going well. I appreciate therapy. I kind of hate mindfulness, but I am appreciating individual therapy. Next question. Last question. Since coming out with dissociative identity disorder, do you think that your tics that look like seizures could be PNES, psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, aka dissociative seizures? I only ask because I suffer from dissociative identity disorder and PNES and Tourette syndrome. So I would find it extremely interesting if you were like me and had all three also. So it wouldn't surprise me because my my initial the first time that I had these tic attacks, seizure-like episodes, was years ago, quite a few years ago, maybe even like 10 or ish, and it was during a time where I was going through something really, really hard, really, really emotionally exhausting, really, really physically and emotionally, I was practically traumatic. So I think that it wouldn't surprise me if I had developed PNES, psychogenic non-epileptic seizures, at the time. So, and especially since that's high comorbid with dissociative identity disorder to have psychological, physical manifestations of psychological issues like PNES. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was. Whether it is or not, I can't actually attest to that. I was basically my psychiatrist, who was specializing in Tourette syndrome, was saying that it was probably tics, but that's because I was saying that it was probably tics. So then he didn't really have the dissociative issues on the table at the time. He thought that my dissociative issues were ADHD. So I would have to find out. But I don't even know how I would really know if it was or not. I guess I will talk to my psychiatrist and find that out. So those were the questions, and thank you for asking them. Thank you for caring enough to ask these questions and for watching this video. And I'm going to move on and make a second one, which I will post later on. Take care, guys. Ciao.